Hey guys, this is Darren with Halls Aquatic. How you doing? Just a little quick update on some of my fish. I know I haven't done a video in a while. I just stripped one of my Frontosas, and there you can see some of the little guys in there. I think there's maybe a dozen in there, 11, 12, something like that. Just stripped one of my females. And come over here, show you what's going on. I got a lot of stuff going on in my fish room right now. Alright, sorry for the glare. There's some of my fry that I stripped. They're about a month old now. I think there's close to 40 in there. They came from one of my females. I think the female I just stripped. She's a Kigma Frontosa. I have two different types of variants. Here I have a Brondi Frontosa, a 6-stripe, and then I have a Kigma Frontosa, the 7-stripe. These are all 7-stripe. So say they're a little over a month now, something like that. There's about 40 in there. So I'm going to put these guys here in a 20-gallon grow out. Here's some of my Brondi Frontosas there. There's 24, 25 of them in this tank here. This is a 185-gallon tank. Down here on the bottom, I know you're not going to be able to see them very well, but it's 20-gallon long with Frontosas. You can see them back in there. I got all the lights on so they get a little spooked. There's 20 some in there. In this tank here, you can barely see them. They're all the way back. These guys here about 4 or 5 months old. There's 30 or 40 of them in there. And it's another one of my, that's my Kigma Frontosas there. I never have another 125 there on the top. I'm working on had a leak in it. That's some of my these are some of my Brondi Frontosas. These guys are they're close to about 3 years old. If you're following my channel at all, you can go back to some of my very first videos I did on YouTube. These guys were a fry about 3 years ago. They were 1.5 inches maybe. He's a big old male. I think there's 7 fish in this 125. I believe I have, these guys are all males in there. They're huge. I got all the lights on down in the basement now in my fish room. I'm doing water changes today. And it's another big male. I think I have maybe 1 female. I haven't had any spawning activity out of these guys yet because I think of all the females. So when I get this 120 up here, 125 fixed, I'm going to move some of my fish around. Over here, haven't showed anybody this. This is a rack system I have going on here. Let me show you these guys here. These are some Kigma Frontosas I have in here. There's 7 of them in here, I think. I think there's 7. These guys came from one of the tanks I just showed you. Actually, just came from this tank here. One of these females I stripped in here, which I showed you all the fry, the 40-some fry that I had. I didn't get all the fry out of her mouth, so when I stripped her, so she spit them out in this tank here, and they were hiding under the rocks. And so I did a water change on these guys last week, and I got 4 or 5 fry that were hiding in the rocks down here. So right here, this is 3 tiers here. On the bottom, it's another one. This is a 55-gallon. These are all hospital tanks. Down here on the bottom here, I got a bunch of yellow labs. And I'm sorry, red zebras in here. These are my grandsons down here. Hospital tanks. And so I'm going to have a shelf here. This is all going to hold 20-gallon long tanks. I'm going to be able to put 8 across the bottom here. I'm going to put 8 more across the top, and these are going to all be for grow outs for Frontosa. So I think I have close to 200 and some Frontosa fries right now. And on the top is going to be all 10-gallon tanks is going to set across the top. I have insulation up in my basement now, and I'm going to get ready to put some hardy board, I believe, across the top. I'm going to totally insulate this room. All my fish tanks in here now have heaters in it. I live in Ohio, so this basement stays about 67, 70 degrees, something like that most of the time. And that's a redfin borealis right there, a big old male. He's in there with a bunch of white labs. And down here on the bottom I have some fish. I'll show you guys these tanks later. I got some more peacocks, some Malawi cichlids in there. In the bottom down here I got some Kyoga flamebacks, and down here I have another 100-gallon tank I'm working on. I got to reseal that one. So that's a big old redfin borealis there. I'll also show you this real quick. Big old redfin borealis. One of the females holding. Here's some OB peacocks in here. And in this little take here, some white labs fry in there. So that's what's going on in my fish room. I'm getting ready to hook up to a central air supply. All these 125s, they all run on sub pumps. They're all operating off of a wet-dry system. All of them do. So I'm going to operate on a wet-dry system, and I'm going to run sponge filters in these guys too as a backup. So anyhow, this is one of my videos. This is Darren with Halls Aquatic. Sorry for the quality of the videos, but I'm not high-tech like a lot of you guys out here. One of these days maybe I will be. So like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching. Always remember, keep it a hobby. Enjoy your hobby. Take time with your fish. Do water changes. Feed them good